Hey, evening, everybody. Kind of a different back to school night, but let's give it a run. So, whenever I go see my kids, teachers, I want to know who they are a little bit. I know they're teaching math or science or English. So, here's a little bit about me. I moved here in third grade. I was a proud Taveli Tiger. I went on to Lincoln Junior High School back then. I'm proud Lancer, and then, of course, moved on up to Poudre High School. I graduated in 1985, did okay, played some sports, had a lot of fun. I was a goofball, so I headed off to CU. I was good at math, got my degree in applied math engineering, and was hired immediately by Dowell Schlumberger. So yes, I cemented and fracked wells in lovely places like Bakersfield, California, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Vernal, Utah. So this is where I got one of the greatest educations, and that is you have to work hard sometimes. And I learned a ton. Did this for a couple of years of my life and made a lot of money, learned a lot, met a lot of great people, but decided it was not for me. I decided to move on. Big change of pace. I ended up traveling a little bit. I ended up going for a 6-week Doctors Without Borders thing called Friendship Bridge, and that was 1993. And that kind of changed my whole perspective about a lot of things. Ended up from there traveling around the world for about a year. I spent 3 months in New Zealand. I hitchhiked Europe, stuff like that. And it was came back, and I was fulfilled and ready and ready to rock and roll. So I ended up at CSU in the Project Promise course, and got my teaching certification in 1994. I was hired at Poudre High School, and with a little bit of reluctance from most of the people, I had a little bit to prove, and yeah, it's worked out. I did go back to school to get another master's in mathematics about 7 years ago. That was a lot of fun to go back to school and actually be really after it. So far, here's my family. My wife, she's a teacher also here at Poudre. Jackson and Coleman, both high school students. And there I am. New York City, Thanksgiving 2019. Unbelievable difference. So a couple things really proud of here in Poudre High School is the Alpine Robotics team and the Geometry and Construction. Geometry and Construction, really applied course on if we learn a little geometry, we go outside. This is a house. We have built 5 houses for Habitat for Humanity. The last 4 are located at Taft and Harmony in that little spot. Hey, I got 3 things I kind of live by. Always love to learn, be a contributor to friends and family, and leave a legacy. So I kind of have that in the back of my mind when I'm kind of making choices. All right, so you signed up. Let's talk about a little bit about your son's or daughter's classes. I teach 4 different classes. Geometry, and then the geometry and construction, they're kind of separated. So we'll hopefully learn all the geometry first semester and then go build the house second semester. I also teach the MYP pre-calculus, mostly 10th graders, and then I also teach the senior higher level mathematics course in the IB program. All right, attendance. So we'll knock these out real quick. Attendance is usually done by activity and assignments. I've had a lot of bad luck taking attendance by seeing if you're on your computer or not. Man, a lot of people have had some bad luck. So hopefully we've got that communicated. Just turning in assignments tells me you've been there, showed up. That's what we're looking for. Hey, a usual day in a usual year. Come in for a warm-up. Kids maybe say something about a Pear Deck. What that is interactive. So I put a thing out there. I can see all the responses. And that's usually reflects on the night before's homework. Question and answer. So in the chat box, they might say number 5, number 7, and I'll hopefully have some time to do that. And then we kind of have this kind of, well, we're working on it. Work time would be ideal where I am available for them, because then they get their homework done in class, and then we have some video notes that evening. I miss the interaction of the students and seeing their quiz, their puzzled faces, and saying, hey man, I'm going too fast, too slow, I need you at the board, that building trust and all that. So I'm in the struggle bus a little bit. I'm trying hard. I think the video notes has a lot of promise. When you teach class, you're going about the speed of about one student, and the other one's too fast, too slow. So they have a chance to slow it down. They have a chance to speed it up, stuff like that. So there might be some benefit to that. Actually, the kids have told me that's a benefit. So hopefully it's working out. Hey, the goals of any teacher, I would say, is, hey, they're going to learn some mathematics. They're going to try some hard problems. They're going to prepare for next year. Yes, of course, that's it. But in my heart and soul, I love mathematics, and it's not because I'm just good at it. It's because I've worked hard, and I feel way okay with making mistakes, of trying some hard problems. And recently, in the last 5 years, I would say I've kind of really pushed that idea for kids to have some fun, get a strong classroom where you're not afraid to go up on the board, make mistakes, laugh at yourself, laugh at me, and just enjoy. And it's all good, well and good to say that, but what really happens is that's scary, that's hard. Nobody wants to fail in front of everybody. We kind of have a society of right or wrong. That takes a while, but at the end of the year, the best compliments I get is, I may or may not like math. I don't know if that's important, but I am not afraid to go up there and give it my best shot, and it feels really good to get some part of a really hard problem right. That means you're going to go do something. Hey, my advice is join the Google Classroom. Your son or daughter will have the Google Classroom code. It requires nothing more than going to Google Classroom and saying, I want to join this class, and I'm sure your son or daughter will help you out with that. Then you can see how I've laid it out, the assignments, that sort of thing. There you go. That's all I got for you tonight. Wanted to keep it less than 22 minutes, and I did, right at 8. All right, please email if you have any questions. Thank you.